what the current holder is holding on is what they cleaned. That is the truth. And then the only point of, and that's what I'm hearing, that no, let's go on with the records. Chair, a poor person doesn't have access to all this. When they want to be removed from a place, somebody with means will do it. And what will they do? They will have records. And then it will be go to the court. These people have been in court forever. And it is the responsibility of this committee, Chair, your committee, to make a determination that not necessarily in their favor, but at least that puts rest to this. Otherwise, it will continuously remain there. And what is the purpose of leaders, Chair, if we are only going to come and help perpetuate problem?
I'm in agreement
Maybe,
with you.
Chair, my director of survey informed me actually that the land secretary had actually accompanied the committee, and that the committee has all the other information, which actually is some of the information we don't have. That the committee has the other information as provided by the people, even from the ground. And that what the committee was asking us in our report was the information as per our records, so that you can combine it with the information that you have and generate a report. So the information, some of the information that you have, we don't have it in our records. And therefore, I think if the issue, like, for example, the ground report, already the committee visited and prepared a report in regards to what is happening on the ground, and got further information from the community, which you don't have. But now you needed the report now as per our records, so that you can now combine with your report and prepare a report that maybe we can implement.
Well, I saw you've just acknowledged that the committee is ahead of the State Department on this particular matter, and perhaps we would like to give you time to retreat so that you can also establish from where you sit on the ground report, so that maybe you can resubmit, because as the Honorable Kitayama is saying, the petitioners came to the committee, find a solution to a matter that has been there for a while. So it cannot be that we will not find a solution as the committee or as the leaders. So, Bwana PS, we find that you need to give us supplementary information on what you will establish on the ground with respect to the allegations that community has raised as to how the process of the transfer was undertaken. Is that agreeable, Honorable? Yes.
Yeah, I'll provide information, Robert Chair.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, honorable members, is there any other? Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, how about the timelines for that?
Because I think because I will just need to call a meeting with the office. I don't think we have to visit the ground again, because already the committee with together. I'll just get the report now from my officers on the ground report. Yes, on which maybe 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Chair,
Yes.
sorry, I just wanted to find out from the peers. Normally, when land has been registered due into a company, is it possible to establish the ownership in terms of who the owners are?
The ownership of the company.
Yes.
That is we can even establish as we sit here, because it is online.
Yes.
That's BRS.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. I think that will be helpful. In your report, in your submissions, not now. In your submissions, thank you.
Yes. All right. So we can progress to the other submission.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. That is item number 4, which is petition number 8 of 2024 regarding the ownership dispute of land parcel number 209/1190, which is Dandora Molem area, Kanguda Road, Nairobi in Embakasi West constituency. Honorable Chair, in response to that petition, LR number 209/11970, measuring approximately 0.5235 hectares, is situated in Dandora, Molem area in Nairobi County, City County, was allocated as unsurveyed industrial plot with Charles Arap Sigei, Charles Munene Gatimu, and Karegi Catherine Kamanja, via letter of allotment reference number 8486/Roman 7, dated 20th July 1993. The allocation was on 99-year lease term with effect from August 1st, 1993. A copy of the letter of allotment is marked Annexure 7. The offer was accepted and payment of the statutory fee was done in 1996. On 26 January 1998, Charles Arap Sigei, on behalf of the other, applied for consent to transfer the plot, citing lack of sufficient funds to develop it. The plot was transferred to John Mark Omolo again on 4th August 1998. A copy of the informal form of transfer is marked Annexure 8. Charles Arap Sigei later requested for cancellation of this transfer via letter dated 6th March 2000, citing non-payment by John Mark Omolo again. Annexure 9 is a copy of the said letter and other documents relating to the cancellation. John Mark Omolo again also acknowledged the cancellation via an affidavit dated on 6 April 2001, marked as Annexure 10. On 24th March 2000, Charles Arap Sigei transferred his interest in the plot to Charles Munene Gatimu. Copy of the informal form of transfer is marked as Annexure 11. John Mark Omolo again later contested cancellation of the transfer and moved to the High Court of Nairobi, civil number 1269 of 2001. The suit at the High Court was dismissed as per the copy of the decree, Annexure 12. A titled document was prepared in favor of Charles Munene Gatimu as 2/3 share, and Karegi Catherine Kamanja a 3rd share, and registered as IR number 132396 on 24th August 2011, as evident in by a copy of memorandum of registration of transfer of land marked Annexure 13. The property is currently the subject of an ownership dispute between Charles Munene Gatimu and Catherine Kamanja, which is a plaintiff, and Ernest Omwenga and others defendants in ELC number 288 of 2013. It is also the subject of petition number 9 of 2024 at the National Land Commission. Honorable Chair, the ministry is awaiting the outcome of the court cases and determination by the NLC.
Thank you. PS, any question on the same? Comment? It is a straightforward one. We, at the same time, are concerned with the absence of the honorable members who petitioned on behalf of these people, because it is most likely that they will take us back to these issues. All right. So, PS, let us go to the last one. The Honorable Ken Chonga, the Member of Parliament for Kilifi South, is present. And thank you, Honorable MP, for being here. So,
thank you, Chair. That is item number 6, because we are dealt with number 5, which is public petition number 6 of 2025 regarding persistent harassment and unlawful eviction of people living on LR number 176 Roman 3 stroke MN in Mwendo, Wapanya village, Mtepani ward, Kilifi South constituency. Honorable Chair, in response, according to our records, LR number 176 Roman 3 stroke MN, measuring approximately 23.75 hectares, is registered as CR 4178/16 in favor of Charles K. Wakungu and Peter J. Mwangi, having purchased it from Yusuf Ali Damali Dar, Alhabai Adami Dar, and Himatlal Nachad Shavadia in 1977. The property is held on freehold basis Annexure 14 is a copy of the Memorandum of Registration of Transfer of the Land. The then Kenya Tourism Development Foundation had requested for valuation of the property with an intention of purchase via letter reference TDC/2/3/3/volume Roman 2 dated 3rd October 1972, marked as Annexure 15. Valuation was done by the then Commissioner of Lands at Kenya shillings 248,000. Annexure 16 is a copy of the letter reference number 78824 dated 18th January 1973 by the Commissioner of Lands communicating the value. The matter, however, did not proceed further. Honorable Chair, in response to the question number 1, LR number 176 number MN Roman 3 MN was transferred from Yusuf Ali Dar Al Bahari Adam Ali Dar and Il Himatlal Nanchad Shavadia to Charles Wahungu and Peter Mwangi after purchasing it for a consideration of 165,000 in 1977. In response to question number Roman 2 and 3, the property is a private land held on freehold basis, and therefore the way forward is to acquire the same through the Land Settlement Board and regularize the settlement. The matter will be tabled for consideration, subject to availability of funds. Honorable Chair, I submit.
Honorable Ken, let me give you the first opportunity.
For the purpose of record, Chair, my names are Honorable Ken Chonga, Member of Parliament for Kilifi South. And I do confirm that indeed I presented this petition. Let me also take this opportunity to appreciate the PS for the response that has been made. I don't want to go into the history of this matter, but Chair, you will agree with me, from 1977 to when we are talking about 2005, it's quite a number of years ago. And by the fact that the land had not been settled, as we speak right now, the land is 100% squatted. I don't want to contest the response from the PS. Maybe going forward, I may have to prevail the PS. We see how we can have the owners of this land paid. I've actually had a session with them. I've pleaded with them. I came to realize indeed it was a private property far much after I've laid my petition. So I have no objection whatsoever with the response that the PS has presented. I have even had a sitting between the squatters and the owners of the land to see how we can have a government intervention so that they can stay in harmony as we process whatever is justified for them. I submit, Mr. Chair.
So in this case, you are a very unique petitioner. Well, are you able to lead the process of finding a solution? Because now that you acknowledge that the report has submitted by PS is true and factual, are you able to lead the process of ensuring that the petitioners probably pay up for the land?
Sure, Chair. As I have just said, I will prevail upon the PS. We see how we can have justice to the owners of the land and also harmony to the squatters who are on the land. Yes.
Yeah. And are the current owners willing to sell?
Yes, Chair. I have, as I said earlier, I have had a meeting with both the owners. Because, Chair, why I had to do that? 3 times now, the squatters have had the house demolished. And in the 3 cases where we have had this, we have had also fatalities. It's not a situation that I could encourage to go on.
Okay.
I had to prevail upon the squatters to understand that indeed, as much as they call it as their land, because they have buried their dead there, they're doing their farming there. Actually, right now there is no more farming. There is no space to farm. That is the place they call home. They have nowhere else to call home. They have to be patient so that we can go through the relevant government processes of ensuring that the owners are compensated, to which the owners are willing. I've had a meeting with them here at Bunge Towers. I've had a meeting with them at the site, yet it was so hostile. But I was able to convince the squatters to understand the importance of actually coming to an understanding on how they're going to live there. So I've had a meeting with both the squatters and the owners of the land. The owners of the land are willing to sell, and the squatters have told them to be patient.
So, Honorable Ken, for the purposes of concluding on this matter, because I know you are aware of the pressure that this committee has to conclude matters before this meeting. Apart from the squatters willing to pay, are they able to? Apart from them willing to pay, are they able to pay?
Chair, I didn't say the voters are willing or able. That's why I said I'm going to prevail on the PS so that we pursue whatever avenues to compensate the owner. So I'm not saying and to be very honest, even if you visit there, they are not able to pay.
Chair.
Yes, Honorable Beatrice.
Thank you, Chair, and I want to thank Honorable Chonga and also PS. But I think for us, Chair, even as we look at our people, squatters, so that because sometimes we must get also a solution in a matter. While we say they cannot completely pay, but time has come where you give something to prove that now this is your land. And I think what you need to do, PS, is to come up with a policy, not just for Kilifi. Everyone who is on a land that is not your land, there must be a way you must give in something to government and to the people who own that land without us removing you from that land. We must start. Because even if we stop, then tomorrow the next thing will happen again and the next. So in this committee, so that we also stop these petitions, Chair, we must come out with a policy as a petition committee requesting the government to come up with a policy that anyone on squatter be given a time frame and what to pay on the lands they are owning of people.
While that is a good proposal, in my view, while it is a good proposal, it may still encourage people to want to take possession of land that doesn't belong to them, and at the same time express willingness to pay. Yeah. So I think it's a matter that needs to be well thought of. Yes,
Chair, I don't want to speak for the PS. I know this is not the first case that is handling of similar matter. We have had situations where indeed we have squatters who are able to pay. Why I'm saying that they're not able to pay, actually not all of them are not able to pay. There could be a few who are able and willing to pay. But the majority of the squatters who are there are not able to pay. The policy is a guideline. I have no problem with that. But I am expressing what is on the ground. Even if the PS was to go there, he will not find anything different from what I'm saying. So if there a policy comes on how we can approach or mitigate such situations, fine. But this is a situation where we are talking of over 1,000 families who are already settled there. and who have nowhere to call home. It's only fair to the authorities to have mercy on such a situation and see how best to go about it. Maybe those who are able to pay can be told to pay, but what about those who are not able to pay? The government may have to have a listening ear and see what to do.
Honorable Ken, are you politely telling the PS to start considering how they'll buy land for those who are not able to pay?
Actually, Chair, it's because I think that discussion may not be for this sitting or this session. It might be transcended maybe even to another committee, but politely. And I know General is a good man. I had him, we were here together to the Parliament, you know each other very well. And I think he will navigate and see how to.
Chairman,
Honorable Kadie.
Chairman, I want also to register. I think our committee must also give a clear direction, because I can even tell you, he's saying that over 1,000. I have a piece of land in his constituency. In 2 years, I bought it in 2009.
Point of order, Chair.
No.
Point of order, Chair. Is that part of this petition?
No, I want to.
No. It is the Chair to answer.
No, I want to.
No, it is for the Chair to respond. I'm on a point of order.
Now, Honorable Ken, you are also out of order.
Okay, but
You are out of order.
I'm rising on a point of order, Chair. That part of this petition?
While he's
I wanted to give only a
now
few.
now
What is happening?
now, Honorable Ken, it is not for
Saying there, Chair.
Honorable Ken.
The story he's bringing up.
Honorable Ken, you are out of order. It is not for you to declare anyone out of order.
Okay, sorry, Chair.
The Honorable Kandi was in the process of making his submission and making a point. Yeah. And I want to say that he is perfectly in order. Proceed, Honorable Kandi.
Chair, I wanted to give a scenario whereby this same story of people, squatters invading in people's land is still ongoing even now. Because I bought a land in 2009, up to 2020, nobody was there. But within a short period of time, that land was invaded. I had to fight with the squatters for almost 2 years. They collapsed my perimeter wall, and I fought, and they took all the land. There is what they call Team Mashamba in this constituency. Team Mashamba. So we need to be very careful when handling such issues when it comes to this committee.
Chair.
Now, I now understand why the honorable member did not want you to conclude. Yes, the honorable Kitalama.
Chair, I so that we don't lose the gains. You know that I mean we've had a very good session here, and Chair, I want to appreciate. It is clear that there is a different way of working. The PS has brought forth. Of recent, there has been a lot of let's sit down. You know, he has facilitated this team, sit down, let's listen. The youth come, let's sit, listen. And then I think at some point he puts them together. And that is quite positive, because that's what win-win is all about. You get from each direction. The Honorable Ken, I just wanted to ask, because then we are going to retreat to, come up with some report. You know, there is what the owners of title are hoping to get. You know, the sale value, what they feel they can get. And then it is also possible, the Honorable Ken, that out of, say, 1,000 squatters, Maybe they realize what they want with 200 squatters. I'm sure you are getting my line of thought. There are people who, indeed, true, they cannot pay. But then if they have realized what it is that they need, I mean, they want from this deal, say if it's say 5 billion or whatever, then they realize it by the time they're sorting the 200 members, means squatters. What happens with the other one? Are you willing to that kind of a scenario? And then two, and finally, this is now not for you. PS, I want to request you, if you can do the same approach with this particular team within that period that, without it looking like it is too much chair. If that meeting can happen, because this appears to be something that is not too far off from what has been the trend, so that in 2 weeks' time, if the peers can have had those meetings and then agree on something, and then he gives us a response together with this other one, I think it will help this committee, because from what I'm hearing, the Honorable Ken Chonga is not really contesting much. He's looking at a scenario where both parties seem to be agreeing, but then there are those that are willing to pay, they cannot, but there are those that are willing to pay, they can afford. And the Honorable Ken, just to be fair, so that you get justice for your people, this government, I don't know how many years, we cannot we have so many petitions that each petition is looking for a government buy and give us, buy and give us. I don't think our good friend, the PS here, it will not be possible. So it's best to look at a possible solution, which is best win for the government, win for the people, and win for you. Thank you.
Honorable Kitama, maybe we can give the PS a chance to state whether he can facilitate a conversation. Maybe he can mobilize a few people to have discussions with those squatters and the owners, so as to probably see whether we can have an arrangement that can help those squatters own those pieces of land.
Thank you very much, Chair.
Yeah.
That is the best proposal we can have. Because, Honorable Chair, because of the budgetary constraints, it is almost impossible to meet the budget that is required to purchase land.
Sure.
The second issue is that will also be encouraging bad manners. In regards, and I said this before, that we have a problem where people, when they realize that the government will purchase, they start raiding private lands. But that does not also take away the fact that there are also historical issues that needs to be dealt with. And there are historical issues which we referred to absentee landlord, for example, where people were issued land who are not even from that region, issued land at the expense of the community people from that region. And people having titles, for example, you'll find someone in Nairobi having a title in Malindi. They did a desktop survey. They never visited that land. They don't even know where that land is. And the people of that area don't have land. So it is multi-pronged in terms of we need to look at how do we deal with historical issues that people were dispossessed their lands illegally and they have suffered and they have lived as squatters. How does government handle that? How does also government handle that while considering that when government comes in, purchase land at so we are analyzing those issues. Yesterday morning, I had a meeting with some coast leaders also in regards to there is a land, for example, called Athini, almost 2,000, 3,000 acres of land that has been fully squatted. And the owners are saying they are willing. They're saying, okay, let us meet halfway. We are willing to surrender half of this to settle the squatters. But can government help us secure the other half? And even those people who are living there are people who have built flats, some of them. Are they so? So the question is, does government put in the entire money, or put in some little money to be able to negotiate to get the owner to surrender the title, then plan, subdivide, and then now get the people who can pay a portion of the money? Because that is what happened in Waitiki, for example, where government actually got more money after they committed to the owners of Waitiki to surrender the title. They did the planning, and the people paid. The settlement fund ended up having more money than the money that's spent, and now we were able to purchase other lands. So we are exploring both ways in terms of how do we deal with what Mheshimiwa said, people who are able and willing to pay, and how do we deal with those people who are not, they are even willing but they are not able, and they are Kenyans, that we can actually settle them. So I think we will look at it, but I'd want to ask the committee to also help us in terms of their recommendation, in that we must be very careful in putting public money purchase land, because there is also a risk of now people disrespecting people's property and invading people's property. And it has happened. We need to people invade people's lands without a court order. But for you to remove them, you need a court order. So I've been asking, where is the order for invasion? Because when we get now we need to also support the security agencies, because when they because when they're invading, then they need to be at the invasion stage. Because once they invade, then now it become a judicial process, where now to remove them is now referred to eviction. And for you to do an eviction, then you need a court order. So we are at that catch-22, and we really need the support of Parliament, because at the end of the day, these people still run to the members of Parliament. Yeah.
All right. So I think, honorable members, if you may agree, let us. Is there a burning issue? Which one is that, Honorable Peter?
But I don't want to interact on this one too much. Chonga is my chair.
Yeah.
But the chair, we are under pressure also to conclude some of these petitions.
Yeah.
And I think the way the PS has put it, and the way the chairman Chonga has also concluded after confirming that the RAD is a private RAD. I think this we don't need a retreat.
Exactly.
We just need the conclusion that has come from the PS on the people sitting down, and the petitioner assisting on that negotiations. And I think as a committee we are done, because we need to conclude some of these, because the chair, the petitioner and the PS are on the same language. If we conclude this one, I think in an easier way.
Honorable Peter, I cannot agree more. We already have enough information to report to the House. Yeah. So I see the Honorable Member for Endembes is here with us, and Honorable Ukose, I would wish to inform you that we already have expedited on your petition. The matter is already behind us, and the members here expressed frustrations with the absence of the honorable members who, upon submitting the petitions, are absent to make their submissions when we invite the stakeholders. But for the respect that we have for you, because I think you are probably the ranking member amongst us, we'll give you an opportunity to ask a question to the PS on the submission that he made, because I think you've been given the submission. So if you have a question, we will, before we conclude, give you an opportunity to ask a question to the PS before we finish up.
Thank you, Chair.
Chair, can I take leave? Thank you.
Honorable.
Thank you, Chair. First, I want to apologize for coming late. I was in another committee. I was in the Committee of Health, and we had some petitioners from the Cancer Network, and my colleague did not want to let me go for this meeting. I apologize. I've been guided by your clerk that I've gone through the responses from the ministry, from the PS, and I think I want to thank him, go on record to thank for the responses which are there. I have no question. I think what I'll do is, so that I don't waste the committee's time, is that I'll engage the PS directly, so that on any other matters arising out of it, of this petition, so that we can take it from there. Otherwise, Chair, thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you. So thank you very much, Honorable Bukose, and for that understanding. Your apology for late arrival is accepted. So I think now that we have listened to the submissions by the PS, we wish to thank you, PS, for the submissions that you have made. Yes, yes, yes. Please, PS, expect to meet us many more times, because much of our workload has to do with land. So you are going to be a common client. We are going to meet you several other times on matters regarding land, because that is apparently what is here. And wish to thank you also for your preparedness. Listening to you make submissions makes us believe that you took time to understand what exactly the petitioners wanted, and did your homework well. On the issue of the submissions that you are going to, rather the supplementary submissions, we will be waiting for the duration that you have indicated, so that we can finalize on the reports, because this committee is under very close scrutiny, because this is the busiest committee in the National Assembly. I'm not sure whether you left this committee. It was not here in your. It is a committee that is so busy with petitions of every kind. Every Kenyan citizen can petition this committee on any matter, and this is what we are doing currently. So thank you, PS, and your team. We wish you a very nice afternoon, and see you another time. Okay. So, honorable members, please be left kidogo. I know probably you would like to say a word to the PS. Honorable members. Yes, 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 yes. Ya mambo ya malipo ya ulitumiwa gazeti. Yes. Let me inquire. Si ni hivyo sasa? Si ni hivyo? Sawa. So zile reports from these submissions, zile